just now for the first time seeing somebody show up.
Really late.
Very, yeah. That's why I'm usually just staring off or driving, or I'm like, it takes a while. All right, hey everybody, this is Brittany, and I have a special guest with me. Deb is here on my cart with me, and this is Big Cat Rescue in Tampa, Florida. It's kind of a gloomy day, but we want to show you some cats and give you guys some updates today leading into our weekend. So make sure you guys tag each other and please share this. I'm kind of just aimlessly driving at this point until I see a cat. There's a cat. If you guys missed it this week, Mr. Manny got his pool. You must be separated from it though. We're still doing a split cleaning with Manny, so he has to be in one side of his enclosure for feeding time, and then they clean the other half, and then they shift him over and clean the other half. So it's just like Kimba. So you guys are getting a lot of Manny this week. I have a feeling that Cassie's very happy about that. Look at that tail. Look at that tail. So make sure you guys share this. Be tagging each other because I have all kinds of like verbal random updates for you guys today. I'm gonna try to keep it all squared away. Hopefully I don't forget anything. You look very peppy for somebody who's got a full belly. So the exciting part is that his Verkada camera is now officially back online. Did I see that correctly? Yes, okay. So Manny's camera can be found at bigcatcams.com. He actually has two Verkada cameras. So he has the one here that is now on his new beautiful swimming pool with waterfalls. And then he also has one over in this section right in front of me. This black pole here has another camera for Manny. You can usually see him rolling around randomly or eating a sickle over there. So I think one of the cats that everybody's been asking about for an update would be Gilligan. So Gilligan is still on funcation. Today, as far as I'm aware, is not going to be a moving cat day. We still have to reconstruct Kimba Tiger's enclosure. We stole a lot of interior wall wire from his enclosure to give it to Manny's new extension for his pool. So we need to put his stuff back together. And Afton really wants to keep the vacation schedules on the same exact schedule. So whenever Kimba goes home is most likely when Gilligan will go home. This isn't Gilligan, but this is Zucari. Hi, rotten boy. Zucari is an African serval, but we're gonna pop back here. Hang with me. Sometimes the reception back here is not great. So as far as Gilligan goes, Gilligan has been a little bit pukey, a little bit constipated, not necessarily wanting food. He was put on some medications this week to help with all of those. So the nausea and the constipation, which has righted itself from what I understand. He still needs a little bit of encouragement as far as wanting to eat food, but he does now have full access to funcation again. He still likes to hang out in this back section though, so hanging out here with Cyrus. Is Cyrus being a very good nurse for you? He's like, see you later. Where you going, bud? Hi, mister. So we are keeping a very, very close eye on Gilligan, but you can see that he's up and moving and active. I hear you, I'm coming. Hi, mister. Hi, Bob. Everybody's so worried about you, Mr. Man. Everybody's so worried about you. Woo! 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 you catch something or eat something weird? The saddest part is, and oh, that's actually very exciting. There's a very nice fresh poo there, and it's nice and solid, so that's good. That's good. We're going potties. Yeah, I'm proud of you, bud. In the history of Big Cat Rescue, which, by the way, today is our 29th anniversary. Yay! Hi, Cyrus! 29 years that Big Cat Rescue has been here. You guys can read all about our evolution and how we got started on our website. But we are celebrating today, and we've had many Lynx over the years because we actually started with the rescue of 56 Bobcats and Lynx. And weirdly enough, a lot of the Lynx end up having to go on lactulose, or they eat weird things and have had obstructions, and they just, they are a handful, so. But this is Cyrus, he's a Caracal. Right, sir, I heard you calling. Now I'm over here and you're speechless. Nothing else to say. Yay! Say happy anniversary, Big Cat Rescue. Yep, 29 years, and boy oh boy have things changed. Boy oh boy have things changed just in the last 2 years, so imagine 29 years worth. I've only been blessed to be around for the last 6 going on 7 of those years. All right, so let's see, what else can I update you guys about? So Gilligan, check. Manny's pool, check. Sheena Serval. She has been in the recovery hospital since last Friday. She was taken in because she stopped eating, and she was definitely just not acting herself. She also was favoring her back left foot, and so much so that it almost appeared as if she wasn't using it at all. So on Monday, hi Zuzu, you're a Serval. We'll talk about Sheena with you. We'll tell you about your neighbor. Yeah, we'll tell you about her. So on Monday, Jamie took Sheena Serval to the Humane Society of Tampa Bay to see Dr. Justin Borstein. And they took x-rays. Nothing was broken, thankfully. Overall looked pretty good. However, they found 3 masses on Sheena. 1 on her elbow, 1 on her back leg, and 1 on one of her back feet. And so they took several biopsies and brought her back to the sanctuary to let her, yep, that's yours, to let her wake up and adjust. And we're just waiting on lab results for all of those things. Oh, we are just going all the potties right in front of us. Everybody's pottying this morning. Wow. So goofy. He really wanted me to know that that palmetto was his. So Sheena is still in the recovery hospital. She is currently taking her meds, and today is probably the day she's gonna have eaten the most food. So we will be keeping a very close eye on Sheena. Please send, positive vibes for her. Of course, we have to figure out what these biopsies say and go from there with her. Get this gate closed. So we'll let you know about that. I believe at some point she's going to get moved into the outdoor recovery cage instead of being inside, but we just spoke with Afton a few minutes ago, and she said Sheena's being a perfect patient. Ooh, I'm going to see Mr. Hutch right here real quick since he's out and about. Hi, Hutch. He's waiting for second breakfast in his lockout. Hutch is another African Serval here. Thank you, Daniel. Yep, I was going to move on to Autumn now. Autumn is a rehab bobcat that was picked up a couple of days ago and has, as far as we can tell, most of the issues she's having is nutrition related. She desperately needs some vitamin D and she just needs rest and good food. So she is on a twice a day pain med right now. And we're very, very excited because as of yesterday, she was eating and drinking completely on her own without us needing to force her to. That's exactly what we need for her. We just need to be able to drop things into her room, and if she can take care of herself, we are definitely going to fight for that little girl. At this point in time, we really have no idea if she would ever be a candidate for release, but we really can't say one way or the other on that at this point. So no matter what, we are still treating her as if she is a rehab bobcat. So you won't see us talking to her or coddling her in any way. The goal is going to be to try to get her all good to go and maybe back out into the wild. So we'll keep you guys up to date on that. She is also on a camera, so bigcatcams.com. You can find Autumn as well as Manny's pool, Gilligan on Funcation. So lots of good vibes being sent our way from you guys. That's definitely what we need. Mr. Hutch. Yesterday we did successfully release Nakoa, a perfect male bobcat. He came in with a pretty deep wound on his paw that Dr. Borstein fixed right up, and he's been an almost perfect patient, other than all the pooping in the water bowl that he loves to do, but we kind of loved him for that. And he ran free yesterday, and it was absolutely amazing. There's a clip of that already on our Facebook and our Instagram. I got video footage yesterday for Afton to compile a video, so bigcattv.com will have a video soon, as well as Lauren was there and got to film it with the 360 camera. So you must know that I'm going to train somebody on grooming today. So around 2 o'clock, I'm going to be giving the grooming class to one of our level 4 interns. And Hutch has become one of my newest grooming cats. You're being such a good boy. He won't be this good when the scratcher comes out. We use long metal retractable scratchers in order to groom the cats here. And he is getting used to it. Let's see, Ginger. I know Ginger's been on everybody's mind too. She's had 2 spells where she's not wanted to eat and kind of acted a little pukey, but right now she's doing well. So let's see if we can watch her groom, and then I can give you another update. So a huge thank you. Hi, Gigi. I'm not going to come any closer. I just want people to see you because you're very pretty. You're a very pretty serval. Nobody ever really gets to see you. Nobody really gets to see you, gorgeous. So this Saturday, so I mentioned today is our 29th anniversary here at Big Cat Rescue, and we have always had the Wildcat Walkabout following our anniversary. It's always been the Saturday after. So this Saturday, November 6th, is our Wildcat Walkabout. She's like, nope, I can't just sit in one spot for you. If you don't have your ticket, you can still buy your ticket. They're only $4.99. It gets you an exclusive coupon code for bigcatrescue.biz that you are going to be able to use through November 15th. And speaking of November 15th, that is when our next float.org campaign should get started. And this year, or this time around, we did one I think back in March. It's very low light, so my picture's very grainy today. It's like super gloomy. But I'm very excited because we're going to focus on bobcats this year, so be on the lookout for that because the artwork is going to portray a very special bobcat. Getting attacked by a mosquito, so sorry. It is a new month. If you guys want to sponsor new cats or add any to your collection of sponsorship cats, you can do that at bigcatrescue.biz. The other thing we've got going on are the eBay auctions for Walkabout. Those kicked off on Tuesday. Today is Thursday, and you guys are going for it, and I'm so excited. I know yesterday during my live while we were catching Nakoa, I mentioned that I was sad that nobody had bid on Victor's shadow box yet. And leave it to you guys to blow me out of the water on that, because I checked it this morning and there are lots of bids now. So thank you very, very much. That is just going to make him so happy. So thank you guys for that. I thought I saw, okay, I was like, I saw a Kricket when I was over at Ginger, but then she blends right in. You blend right in, babe. Hi. Meow. Meow. Hi, Kricket. Hi, Miss Cricks. At this point, no news is still good news with our beautiful Nikita. She is doing well. We gave her her pumpkin over the weekend on Sunday, and she didn't come over for it. We weren't trying to like make her get up and come check it out. But where we placed it, when I checked on it the next morning, it had been spun around and moved like 2 feet over. So she definitely came over and at least checked it out, which made me really, really happy. Lots of Servals here, and the reason we have so many Krickets here, or Krickets, we have Krickets too. The reason we have so many Servals here is because people seem to think they make good pets, and you'll see it in the news all the time that they escape and they attack and they do not make good pets. So we've got quite a few here. And they love to show us how wild they are. And this Kricket was actually fed a very improper diet as a kitten and raised on a vegan diet instead of a carnivore diet. Hi, lady. So she's got a lot of, unfortunately, crooked bones and a curly tail and some traits that a Serval normally wouldn't have, but we keep her on a pain management system, much like what we're about to do with Autumn. Finally, a Serval that's gonna lay in a spot that I can show them calmly grooming. So if you guys have already bought your Walkabout ticket, you should be receiving the agenda for everything the day before, so that should take place tomorrow. I'm actually going to have a special guest with me that day. Not going to tell you who, but I'm going to have a buddy with me all day. Thank you to everybody helping out in the comments. We're gonna keep driving around a little bit, see who else we can see. And then right after this, Aaron and I are gonna go out and get all the rest of the pumpkins handed out. Here it is, November 4th. We finally did it. Every single cat on property will have received a pumpkin, and a carved one at that. Really hoping that we get more people involved in carving them next year so that we don't all have to carve 10 apiece, but it was super fun. Cats loved it. All right, so let me hop back on my cart here. I'm coming. Went down Serval Row. Getting attacked by mosquitoes too. All right, let's go see some Bobcats. Deb got to watch her girl eat breakfast, so I have a feeling if I drive up there, Priya's already going to be in a den. Haven't been able to catch her out and about much lately. And on a day like today, everybody's just gonna be snoozing. It's very, very blah out. I wonder if Max and Marianne are out. Flint and Nabisco are still separated like usual. Smalls is up in her princess tower like usual. Hi, lady. I will see you later, I promise. Gotta have our Thursday night spice bag jam. Let's see, I think I'll pull over here. And kind of want to see if Kewlona and Dryden happened to interact with their pumpkins, because they got theirs. There's Miss Ariel. Ariel, you're not up on your platform. Hi, sweetheart. She's like, oh, bye. Oh no, stranger danger. Stranger danger. See if I see her moving over. Oh no, she went all the way to the other side. Okay. I tried. I tried. Hi, kiddo. Hi. What are you doing? What are you doing? I know, Miss Lady. This is Kewlona. Hi, Kewlona. Hi, pretty. Oh, she came right back. She just doesn't want me to be over there. Maybe I can zoom. There's Miss Ariel. I actually got some really good photographs of Ariel last weekend with some enrichment that I will be posting on Instagram soon. I was so surprised. She just marched right on up to me and played with her enrichment. And it was very, very special. All right, there she goes again. Let's see who's over here. I'm just walking by, lady. Hi, kiddos. Here's Mr. Flint. Hi, buddy. And the Nabisco. I'm gonna radio. Hey, Jordan. Is it okay if I put Flint and Nabisco back together for my Facebook Live?
Yeah, it's fine. As long as they're both picked up.
Yep. All right, let's let these boys together. I feel bad. You guys are always seeing them not together. Did you just leap right over him? All right, bear with me though, because I need both hands to secure this clip. There we go. Did he just leap right over you? You didn't, did you even notice? Did you even notice? You're such a brat. He knows he can get away with that with Mama. He don't care. Where'd you go? You know you ran right past your buddy. Where'd you go? That was hilarious. You can get him? He smells something. What are you gonna get? Oh my goodness. You gonna go get him? Nabisco got fluffy. That is some major fluff, kiddo. You guys playing? Flint actually looks fluffy this year too. That's pretty cool. I keep describing autumn as being, oh, it's so cute. Nabisco's over there staring at Deb. And Flint's just like, I want to play. But I keep describing autumn as being like Flint legs with a Filmo spine. So that's what it feels like. Come back over here. Come back over here. For Flint coming in with broken glass-like legs, he sure grew into them. They love to fight in this tunnel too. It's really funny. I'm like, you have a whole huge enclosure and you guys chase each other around in the tunnel. What you doing, silly? I think Kewlona and Smalls also really, really enjoy watching the antics of these two boys. I think that's why they choose to lay where they lay. Like, Kewlona's always kind of in this tower watching them, and then Smalls is always in her tower right there. Well, where'd he go? Flint, Flint! There you are. Come get this boy. I put you guys back together. You can get him. This is pretty much what happens every day after breakfast. They have to get it out of their system. It's like every day is the first day they've met each other. And then they usually find their places to sleep. They cuddle sometimes, but not a whole lot. I've definitely seen them cuddle and curl up together, but a lot of times they each have their own space. Gonna go get him? He's like, it's time to get a drink. So you guys have noticed that Summer likes to poop in her water bowl the same way that Nakoa did, and many, many, many of our Bobcats have in the rehab area. That's because Bobcats like to use the restroom in water. In the wild, they'd be doing that because it would wash away their scent and they would be less trackable from predators. Wow! I was too zoomed in for that craziness. And so it's a natural behavior for them, but we really don't want our permanent residents to do that because then they won't have a clean water bowl. So we lift them, we elevate them off the ground, and make it a little more less likely that they will use the restroom in the water or play in the water or dump the water, because we want them to have the freshest water for the longest period of time that they can. He's that way. He's over there. He's by the tree. Nabisco's such a deep thinker. Every time I see him, I'm always like, what are you thinking about? Who knows? You got Mr. Stealth Mode over here. Hiding behind a log. Elizabeth, we do not yet know if Summer will be releasable. We are still treating her, though, as if she's going to be. We need her to get bigger. She certainly can't be the age that she is at the size that she is and probably go free. She's just too small and not proportionally built So we're all really hoping that like one day she's just gonna have a crazy growth spurt. We're also planning to do more blood work to see what we can find out about her. So it's too early to tell on both summer and autumn whether they will be releasable, but we are treating them as such. Well, it's potty time over here too, so you can see where they like scratching on their tree, because that's the area that has a different color to it, that red area. Got several all around that tree. Flint is just begging him to chase him, and he just won't do it. All right, let's pop over here real quick and see if we can see Lovey. And then I'm probably gonna wrap this up because I have not been at my desk one time this week. It just hasn't happened. And it really needs to happen because I actually will be taking a little getaway with my husband for his birthday with some friends next week. And I will be gone for 5 days, which is like really hard to do. I think the longest I've ever stayed away from the sanctuary has been 5 to 6 days since I've become a staff member. The other longest time was when I went to India, and that was like 10 days, 10 or 11 days. That's the longest amount of time I've ever stayed away. Is there a Lovey home? You know what? You're actually right. We haven't seen Jinx this week, and I feel bad because I know the only thing you guys saw of him this week was me saying that he was jealous of the pool. He honestly really doesn't care. He just was like, what's happening over there? Why is there so many people? So let me go get back on the cart and let's go see Jinx, and that's where we're gonna wrap up. I do have a feeling that when Manny goes on his turn in Funcation that they will likely give him access to Manny's enclosure if it's cleaned up and all of the projects for that are done. One of the biggest reasons we rotate the cats from Funcation and Vacation is because we are trying to give ourselves an opportunity. You can see Ariel made it up top. Trying to give ourselves the opportunity, hi Rattlesnake Tail, to actually get the enclosures perfectly cleaned up for the cats to come back. Hi! So we scrub platforms and we check dens. Look at that tail. I'm easily distracted by bobcat tails. Onward to Jinx. I hear Nikki roaring, so that's good. Okay. All right. We'll go the long way. I don't think she's over here anymore. I was trying to avoid Mouser so that Afton could make sure he ate. He's actually doing really, really well. I think he plays innocent with his mama because the rest of us have no problem feeding Mouser. So I think he drags it out for her. I know that guy. Cleaning littles. Hi. Hi. That's fun. Green shirts and navy shirts usually only do the big cats for the majority of the time. So when they get put in a small cat section, it's always like a nice little flashback, a nice walk down memory lane, because you probably haven't cleaned in those sections in many, many months. But I actually love cleaning and feeding the small cats just as much as the bigs. Have I forgotten anything? Okay. I think I got it all. I do think, fingers crossed everybody, if I can get some time at my desk today, I have a new design that was given to me from Tom quite a while ago, and the reason we held off on putting it up is because it is a design of Windsong. And Carol was like, I just don't know if anybody would even like know her or really like buy anything with her on it. And I was like, I think they will. So he actually gave us a gorgeous design that he painted and then made into a digital design for us. I don't know which side he's going to be on. He's likely on the other side, but I thought I would just check this side real quick. So if I get a chance, I will get that pulled up. Oh, yep, I already see him on the other side. Okay, back around. So this is where we would actually be able to connect the tunnel. So Manny is here on this side, and this side is Jinx. And so it would be really, really simple to connect him and actually give him access to Manny's cage at some point in time. So I will try to get that design up in the stores, as well as the float campaign starting on November 15th is also going to be featuring a very special Bobcat. So lots of Bobcat things happening. But we're gonna go see a leopard. Where did he go? There he is. I was like, I saw you in the tunnel and then you moved. You moved a little bit closer. Hi, sir. I love you, my sir. So this is Jinx. He's a black leopard. Oh, Kricket's hollering. I hear Kricket hollering. So just a huge thank you to anybody who's donated today, everybody who shared this, everybody who's tagging each other to alert, you know, one another that we're live. We know that not always, the notifications are not always working, so. And keep in mind that this Saturday, our Walkabout, we are going to be doing special things on Facebook, on both of our YouTube channels, on TikTok and Instagram. It's going to be Lauren and myself and Aaron, and then Carol will be around when we need her for cage opening. And then we're going to have a special helper with us as well. And then later in the day, Bridget and Andy will be doing their lives for supporters only and the daily bigcat.com. And at the very end of the day, we will have a special clubhouse. So make sure you guys pay that $4.99 to help us out while we support these conservation projects. Buy your merchandise because that's probably only going to be available for a week or so after Walkabout. Hey, I came over to see you, not act weird. Come here and see me. Hi. Yeah, I'm still here. Hi, love bug. Oh, I know. They're very nice. That's very nice. I didn't mean come over and eat this one. So you can get your Walkabout ticket for November 6th at bigcatrescue.org/safari. I believe she shortened the link. What are you doing, weirdo? You weird boy. So silly. Oh, he's such a stinker. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us today. If you've missed any of the lives this week, we had a live while we were catching Nakoa. We've had lives with Autumn and her intake exam. We handed out some pumpkins. There's Nikita again. Of course, now all you hear is traffic on Sheldon. Everybody's fixated on Deb. I think it's the pink. Nobody gets to see pink out here. We're all in kind of drab colors. Red, yellow, green, or navy, and then the occasional purple. All right, guys. Well, thank you. Hope you have a great day, a great weekend, but hopefully I'll be seeing you guys all on Saturday because I'm never here on a Saturday, but I'm going to be here on this Saturday. So I will see you guys soon.